Imagine this. You're sleeping under a bridge. No food, no money, no one checking if you're even alive. The world walks past you like you're invisible. You've hit rock bottom, and it feels like there's no way out. But what if that rock bottom is the very foundation you need to build a whole new life? This is the true story of a man who had nothing. No home, no family, no hope. Yet somehow turned it all around and became a self-made millionaire. He didn't get lucky. He didn't win the lottery. He worked, he believed, and he never gave up. If you've ever felt stuck, lost, or doubted your worth, this story is for you. Who's watching this right now? And where in the world are you tuning in from? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your story too. His name was Marcus, just an average guy, born and raised in a small town in Ohio. Nothing fancy, no silver spoon. His family scraped by like many others in the neighborhood. His mom worked 2 jobs. His dad left when he was 6. Life was hard, but it was still life. There was still a roof, still meals on the table. Sometimes, but as Marcus got older, things fell apart. His mother got sick, cancer. The bills piled up. The lights got shut off. And when she passed, Marcus was just 19, alone. No safety net, no college degree, no backup plan, just a young man with a broken heart and an empty pocket. Within months, he was on the street. At first, it didn't feel real. He stayed on a friend's couch, but eventually the friend moved, and Marcus had nowhere to go. He tried shelters, but they were overcrowded and dangerous. He found himself sleeping in a city park, then under a bridge near a freeway. His stomach growled constantly. He dug through trash bins for food. Rain soaked through his only coat. People walked by him like he was a ghost. And the worst part? He started to believe he was. That's how it happens, slowly. You start to lose your identity. You start to believe that your life doesn't matter, that you're not capable of more, that you're just trash. And that belief, that's more dangerous than anything else. Because once you give up on yourself, game over. But here's where Marcus's story takes a turn. One cold night, he sat on the sidewalk, shivering, hungry, hopeless. A man walked by, well-dressed, holding a briefcase. Marcus didn't ask for anything. He didn't even lift his head, but the man stopped anyway. He handed Marcus a coffee, a sandwich, and said just 7 words. "You still have a purpose. Don't forget." That sentence hit different. It wasn't pity, it was a reminder. Marcus held on to those words like they were gold. That was the first spark. It didn't change his situation overnight, but it reminded him that maybe, just maybe, he wasn't done yet. So he made a choice, a tiny one. He walked to the public library the next day. He used the free internet. He started reading anything he could. Business books, self-help books, biographies. He read about others who had been homeless, people like Chris Gardner, who inspired the pursuit of happiness. People who had lost everything, yet found their way back. And the more he read, the more something inside him lit up. He wasn't dumb. He wasn't lazy. He had just been buried under life. That library became his sanctuary. Day after day, he learned. He studied entrepreneurship, watched free online courses, learned about online businesses, digital marketing, drop shipping. He had no money, no phone, but he kept showing up. Eventually, he found a church that let him clean floors in exchange for meals. He used that stability to start saving, $5 at a time. It took 6 months, but he finally saved enough to buy a used phone. Then a month later, a cheap laptop from a pawn shop. That's when the grind began. Marcus started freelancing, writing blog posts, running small ads for local businesses, managing social media pages for barbershops and small restaurants. It was brutal at first. Clients ghosted him, he got scammed, he made mistakes, but he never stopped learning. Every failure was fuel. Every rejection built resilience. Within a year, he was making $1,000 a month, then $2,000. Still sleeping in shelters, still living rough. But progress is progress. He kept reinvesting every penny, bought books, took online courses, learned to build websites, ran Facebook ads. He created his own e-commerce store, sold t-shirts with motivational quotes. The first one, it said, "You still have a purpose." That shirt became a symbol. It sold out in weeks. 2 years later, Marcus had moved into his own apartment. He hired a team, scaled his online store, started mentoring at-risk youth in his city. 3 years after that, he became a millionaire. Not because someone handed him a chance, because he made one. And here's the truth. Marcus isn't a superhero. He's not some genius with connections or rich parents. He was a young man with nothing but a decision to believe that he wasn't done, that his pain had a purpose, that the world hadn't seen the best of him yet. That's the power of persistence. That's the power of belief. That's what happens when you stop listening to the voices telling you you can't and start listening to the one whispering you still can. Wherever you are right now, whatever you're going through, don't you dare give up. You may be broke, you may be hurting, you may feel like no one sees you, but I promise you this, your future is still unwritten, and you hold the pen. Marcus didn't wait for motivation. He created it. He didn't wait for the perfect time. He started in the worst time. He didn't have the resources. He became resourceful. And that's what separates the dreamers from the doers. The people who wish and the ones who work. The ones who look at their situation and say, "This is not where my story ends." So let me ask you, where are you in your story? Are you stuck, struggling, searching? Maybe you're one step away from your breakthrough. Maybe your whole life is about to change. And all it takes is one decision, one step, one act of courage. You don't need it all figured out. You just need to start. Start reading, start learning, start believing, start becoming the version of you that you were always meant to be. Because no matter how far you've fallen, no matter how dark it seems, there is still a spark inside you. And once you fan that flame, once you commit to your growth, once you fight for your life like your life depends on it, nothing can stop you. You are more powerful than you know. So don't just watch this story, be the next one. Because someone, somewhere, is waiting to hear your comeback story. If this video spoke to you, hit that like button. Subscribe to Fearless Motivation for more real stories, raw truth, and relentless inspiration. And in the comments, tell us where you're from and what you're fighting for right now. We're in this together.